What's going on, everyone? It's Deirdre, and welcome back to the Moms Off the Clock podcast, a podcast for the moms to have a WTF is happening moment. You are not alone. This is episode 14, and this is the kickoff episode to our Moms Off the Clock summer series. So this is an exciting time. It's episode 14, and you all voted for me to do story time. So I'm going to give y'all a story time, and I'm super excited about it. So get into it. And once again, we're on YouTube. So if you're listening to this on a podcast, you're driving, that's wonderful. But if you want to sit and you want to watch and, kind of see my movements, see my outfit of the day, I had to kick it off for Moms Off the Clock summer series. So I'm super excited about that. So you get to see that as well. Okay. I got a little hat going on, a little pink, you know what I'm saying? Had to represent for our colors. Our colors are our theme colors. I'm not talking about colors, people, y'all. Okay. For our colors. Okay. Our color scheme, right? So I'm super excited about Moms Off the Clock, this summer series. This is going to be a good time. And thank you guys for tuning in and voting. Okay. So thank you all so much for that. So you know what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and clock out. You're going to grab your wine, your juice, water for the fitness moms, or coffee for the go-to moms. And we're going to talk a story time, not motherhood, but we're going to talk story time about my pre-wife, pre-mom days, right? So it's going to be a good time. But before we start, let's do our affirmation of the day. Our affirmation is, I am a hot mama. Okay. And speaking of hot mamas, I got to shout my mom out today because she turned 70 June 23rd. And that's so crazy because that's actually the day that my husband and we got engaged on my mom's birthday. So June 23rd is a beautiful day, but it's so beautiful today because it's her birthday and she turned 70 years old. She turned 70 today. So this is awesome. Like 70 years on this planet. Shout out to you, Mom. Thank you for being a wonderful mom and raising me to be the woman I am today. You are amazing. You deserve that and then some. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get into this story time. Okay. This story is going to be based upon how I got catfished, y'all. Okay. So let me give y'all a little reference. I'm 27. So during our time in like high school, all the people who are 27 right now, you guys remember MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, when Twitter was jumping. Okay. It's still jumping, but you guys remember when we were up there all day tweeting to the left and to the right on every minute of every second. Right. So I had a nice following up on Twitter and I was engaging with people and, in your prime of high school, you're talking to guys, you're talking and making friends. Right. So I met this guy on Twitter and his profile picture was like, oh, okay. Let me tell y'all something. Women, we know our angles and so do men. So before you get into anything, meet that person. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to start there. And here we go. Okay. So I'm going to call him, let's call him FedEx. Okay. FedEx. So FedEx, I don't know where I got that name from, but we're going to go with the ladies. So I don't know, but FedEx and we met on Twitter and I saw his picture and I was like, okay, he's kind of, okay, and we had great conversation. And I remember just thinking, okay, this guy, but he kept saying things like, I'm just so excited to be with you, and he was just using the L word a lot. And I was just like, okay, this is a little, and maybe he's just passionate, maybe he's just passionate. And, no, I think that was one of the red flags I should have seen right there. Right. So I remember being so, happy. I was like, okay, I got a guy that's really into me. Right. And yeah, it is what it is. Right. So I go to school, and some of my guy friends, I tell them about FedEx. I was like, what you know about FedEx? Da, da, da. I was like, he seems like a great guy. He's just great conversation, blah, 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 blah. And my guy friends, I think this was another red flag, y'all. Another red flag. My guy friend said, have you met him? Have you met him? Like, have y'all hung out? Like, have you seen how his personality is? And they didn't, shout out to those guys because they didn't throw him under the bus, but they just were like, D, I think that you should meet him, So I said, okay, it is what it is. Let's see how it goes. Right. So we're still talking, messaging on Twitter and everything. And he's like, I want to take you to the movies. So let's go on a movie date. So shout out to all my 757 viewers and listeners. You guys know that AMC 24 was always packed on the weekends because we were running up in there, right? hanging out with our friends and going on little dates that we shouldn't have been going on in middle school. But I was in high school. I was in 10th, 11th grade, right? Okay. So I was like, okay, sure. So I was like, I'm going to see if my mom will drop me off. I told my mom, I was like, oh my God, Mom, this is his picture. I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. So my mom, we goes to the movie theater and she goes around that little roundabout to drop me off. Those in the 757, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So he said, I'm going to be by the light pole waiting for you. So I pull up and I say, hey, my mom wants to meet you, because my mom was that mom. My mom was like, I'm not about to drop you off to no little date. You're in 11th grade, but no, ma'am, not dropping you off to no little date, and I'm not meeting this guy. So I said, okay. So I said, come up to the blue Dodge Avenger that you see. He said, okay, I see it. I'm gonna come up. Ciao. He gets to the car. And he leans his head in the window, first of all. And my mom, he's like, hey, how you doing? And my mom looked at me. I looked at her. I said, you sure you don't need me to come back home to do those chores that you asked me to do? No lie, y'all. I really said that. And my mom is like, no, I don't have any chores for you to do. You finished everything, so you good. And I'm like, no, but you told me. Y'all, I was trying to get out of the date, and my mom was, I'm pretty sure she picked up on the hints, but she was just like, no, you committed to this, so if you want to get out of it, you need to be a big girl and stay it, right? So, I was young, naive, and when you're younger, you feel like you're obligated to stay for a date. Now, now that I'm older, I'm married now, but before when I was dating, I was like, if I don't like it, I'm going home, And so I said, okay, I got out the car. Meanwhile, my mom is driving off and you can physically see her laughing because he was not the picture, y'all. He was, I don't want to say nerdy, but I want to say that in a way because it was just like, I'm not trying to sound shallow at all. I'm just trying to give you a visual of how he had wire glasses. Like he didn't have any glasses on in that picture. Y'all, he was not, he lied. Okay, he might have maybe not lied, but he didn't tell the whole truth. Okay, that was not him. That was not the guy from the picture. So I am cringing at this point because I'm like, what the heck? Like he got me, So, and I don't believe that. No, let's back it up. I'm not a shallow person, okay? I'm not. But I do believe that physical presence and physical appearance, it motivates you to continue to love. I'm sorry. But I'm being serious, y'all. If y'all are attracted to someone, and I feel like there are people that are as attractive, great personality, great charismatics, characteristic about them. Like they're just, smooth guys, and women too, right? But this guy, his personality wasn't, I was like, maybe I need to stop being shallow. I'm just going to look past how he looks and see if his personality is, no, y'all. His personality was, he was like whispering loudly in the movie theater, grabbing my hand. And I'm just cringing, y'all. I'm sitting there like, if you watching the YouTube, look at how I'm doing. I was just sitting there like, oh no, I got to go. And, I was just counting, and we went to go see Red Tails, y'all. It's so ironic because my husband's a pilot now. And it's just so ironic because I'm went to go see Red Tails and my husband's a pilot, but also watching Red Tails, it was just, I don't even remember how it ended because I was just ready to get out of there. And that was such an iconic, beautiful black movie, right? And I couldn't even, maybe I should go back and watch it, but I think I associate such a bad time with it that I might get a little cringy too watching it. But anyway, so movie's over. I'm like rushing out of here. I'm like, okay, I got to get out of here. I'm texting my mom, like, get here now. My mom is still laughing. Okay. And I'm like, Mom, please come get me. So she's like, okay, I'm on my way. So that awkward time after a date that you're sitting there trying to make small talk, you know what I'm saying? Like it just, and it just wasn't working, y'all. I was really trying. I really was. And I was just, I physically tapped out. So as I'm tapping out, he's still talking, and I'm just like, I can't believe that this is happening, and he goes in for a kiss, y'all. I heard him move my face, and he kisses my cheek, but I was just like, what? This can't be happening. So I get in the car. My mom calls me. And at that time, my mom calls me and she's like, hey, I'm here. I'm like, all right, thank you so much for the date, blah, blah, blah. got out of there. I didn't even let him pay for anything. I didn't let him pay for the movie ticket because I didn't want him expecting anything either, because y'all know how guys are, even in high school, okay? And I was just like, negative. My daddy told me, always bring my own money, because we not about to do that, okay? And so I get in the car, and my mom and we have this running joke, okay? Because my mom is funny. If y'all know my mom, her and I, we kind of like, I guess, I guess she's like me. But she gets in the car and she says, so that was the date. And so we bust out laughing. And she says, I mean, I didn't know who that was. I thought he was a little black Harry Potter. When I tell y'all, my mom and I was in that car cackling, okay? And not shout out to Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. Love you, Daniel. Isn't that his name, right? But that's how the guy looked. And my mom and I have this running joke now that every time we talk about Harry Potter, she just busts out laughing because she knows what that is associated to. So that's not the end. That's not the end, y'all. So I get home. No, we actually go to my cousin's house. We go to my little cousin's house. And I always call her little because she's like 2 years younger than me, but my cousin, okay? I go to my cousin's house. My mom and my aunt are downstairs, cackling, having a good time. And I'm upstairs with my cousin. I'm like, I can't do this. And my cousin T is just cracking up too, because I told her about what my mom said. And once again, I'm not trying to be shallow, y'all. I'm just telling you, this is night and day. The pictures were night and day. And so my cousin said, you need to tell him. You don't want to lead him on. I was like, you're right. So I messaged him. I was going to say text, but I messaged him. And I said, hey, I thank you for tonight. I don't really feel like it was there in the personal, aspect of the physical date. So I don't really want to go forward, And at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have a really hard time breaking up with guys. Like in high school, I had a really hard time breaking up with guys because I didn't want to hurt their feelings. But then as I got older, I was like, that's manipulative to stay in something, or not manipulative, but that's more people pleasing, right? And it's manipulative if they use it to their advantage, because this is what he did that was manipulative. Ready? So I told him that, and I felt horrible. He gets on Twitter, y'all, and starts saying, I just don't want to live anymore because this person, broke my heart, and I'm just a lonely man, just da-da-da. And he was like texting me like, did you see what I wrote on Twitter? Manipulative. Okay. And I felt horrible because he knew that I followed him. I could see all this stuff. So I was starting to feel horrible. I called one of his friends who was a girl that I knew. And I said, did you see what FedEx is writing? Like, she was like, I try to tell you, like, did you meet him? And she was like, girl, he does this all the time, though. Don't pay it any attention. So I had to literally like log off Twitter and just kind of like be by myself the rest of that night. But it was just like so crazy, y'all. Like, it was so wild how it just went from like, okay, what is happening, to just dark, because me, guys, I'm a social work. Like, I don't play when people say they want to kill themselves and stuff like that. But it was just like how he reacted. But his picture was a lie, y'all. I wish I could show y'all the picture that he had up there versus what he actually looked like. And it was just like, that's foul. You don't be playing people. But yeah, that's how I got catfished in the 11th grade, y'all. In the 11th grade. And I told myself from then on out, I said, I am not doing this whole not meeting people in person before he was throwing out the L word. And I was just like, red flag. Okay. Red flag. Okay. Just pay attention, y'all. If y'all see something like this and people are moving too fast, listen, calm it down, bring it down. Hey, listen, can we meet first? Can we actually see how the physical connection is? But yeah, that was my summer story. I was like, what? Okay. That's my other story. That's not my other story, but I have another story, and it's called The Carnival. But I'm going to tell y'all that one another time, but I don't want to tell y'all everything because I want y'all to keep coming back to get into these stories. Okay. These are my pre-wife, pre-mom days of the dating scene, which sucked, by the way. I hated some of the, when people would say, just put yourself out there and go on dates. I hated going on those dates. I was a person that was like, I believed in, I don't know if I was a hopeless romantic, but I believed in that when it happens, it happens. And all the guys that I met, I didn't pursue them. It was just like we kind of connected from just a touch, not a touch. I said a touch, y'all. From seeing each other or just like a conversation, right? And so yeah, I wasn't that person, but I was just trying to get out there and date because people was telling me, you're a beautiful girl, get out there. And I was kind of popular, I was, but I didn't want to just talk to everybody. I was very reserved to be a popular person. That makes sense, y'all? But now I am married, happily married, and I'm great. And I'm happy that the dating life is over because it sucks. To the single moms listening, to the single women listening, I am praying for y'all because listen, if they were catfishing back then, I don't even know what it's like now, but Godspeed, okay? I hope y'all enjoyed that story time. I love telling stories about like my past. And I have another one called The Carnival. If y'all want to hear that one, hit me up. My Instagram is at Deirdre Branick. DeirdreBranick, and I'll put it on YouTube. You know how I do. And just connect with me. And last, I have an email list for you all. Please go sign up for that email list. Tomorrow I will be announcing a winner to win the Starbucks gift card for this email list. So please go up there. It's in my link tree in my bio on my Instagram. So once again, my Instagram is at Deirdre Branick, DeirdreBranick, and go sign up on that email list. Okay, because you can get a free Starbucks card if you're selected. Okay, it's not for everybody. It's just one person is going to get selected. Okay, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as you get ready to clock back in, mama, know that you're doing your best. It's not about being perfect. It's about being progressive. Until next time, mamas, see you soon. And let me go check on my baby. Bye.